I would like to personally apologize for anything that you may see or hear that might be disturbing. I think, though, it's very important that you see and hear what actually is happening. I don't think that we can afford to have our eyes closed or our heads in the sand. We need to be fully aware of what's happening to not just our nation and our rights being assaulted as believers, just as human beings, but also what's being targeted for our children. It's clear that they want to come after our children. I don't care if you've got children, grandchildren, or just children in general. They want to come at our children. I don't have to tell you who the they is and what they mean for them. The Bible talked about people being of this deprived nature, turning away from the natural use of a man and a woman. It'd be one thing if it were just adults, but now they are taking this and they're going after children. But they've stated they would do so in the past.
We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. Oh, your children will work to convert all their sisters and brothers. Then soon we're almost certain your kids will start converting you.
Now, I'll blur out as much as I possibly can on these photos, but this is one of the Pride parades. Apparently, Bud Light has not left that train. Apparently, Bud Light does want to continue to sponsor it, which is fine. You can implode your business however you want to, but they're still sponsoring these particular parades. And apparently, nudity is the outfit of choice. They don't care who is watching. They don't care what children are watching, but this is how they want to be. Now, the reason why they feel like they can get away with doing this is because, as they believe, that they're not just your children, they are our children, all of ours. Or another way of putting it, our children are their children.
These are kids. These are our kids. They belong to all of us.
There's no such thing as someone else's child. No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children.
It is to the point to where it's become in vogue to have a gay child. Matter of fact, so much so, let's push this on our children. Now, the Bible tells us, though, it's better that that person who would cause a child to stumble, it's better that person would have had a millstone hung around their neck. Better than what? Well, what God is going to do to them. It's getting to the point where now children are needing to be protected from their own parents.
It's a gay baby. Gay baby. Gay, gay, gay. Please be gay. Oh. Okay. Be what you want to be. Be what you want to be, but be gay. Okay? Thank you. Right? No pressure. No pressure, but pressure.
Without question, one of the worst human beings you can find. To want your child to be something that they're not naturally going to be, but she's going to force this baby into adopting this, whether this child wants to or not. I pray for this little baby. I pray that someone takes this child, and I hate to say this, but how bad has it gotten when you pray, you hope that the child is taken away from the birth mother? That's how bad it is. This person should not have a child. You hope the baby is going. It's be what you want to be, just be gay. This is the madness that we're facing here. And we've seen this with other people, especially people who are famous, because again, it's in vogue. It's the thing to be. Here you've got you've got Megan Fox, who's got three boys, adopted. I don't know if they're her biological boys or adopted. I'm not sure, but she's got 3 boys, and now all 3 are trans. And one kid at 2 desired to wear dresses, started wearing dresses. Well, where did the 2-year-old get dresses from? There are no girls in the house. But again, this is the parent indoctrinating the child. And again, because it's their children, they're going to tell you how to raise your children, just as the California legislator who wants to make it illegal for you not to affirm your
Debate
child.
over parents' rights in education is heating up big time for what has become a defining issue of the 2024 election. The California State Senate today discussing an amendment to a bill that would make parents guilty of child abuse if they don't affirm their child's gender identity. Critics say it would lead to children being taken away from a parent in a custody dispute. The bill's author describing it this way.
If you have a 7-year-old who's talking about they believe that they are not the same gender as they are biologically, then it should be affirmed. By saying and rejecting it in wholesale, then you're essentially rejecting your child.
Now, not everybody in California is for this.
And all the time we're proposing policies to protect children. After 11 years, I've come to the conclusion that we need to start protecting parents. That's just not happening. I've been here and witnessed a full frontal assault on charter schools, taking away parents' choice in how their children are going to be educated, to the detriment particularly of children of color. In recent years, we have put government bureaucrats between parents, children, and doctors when it comes to medical care. And now we have this, where if a parent does not support the ideology of the government, they're going to be taken away from the home. In the past, when we've had these discussions and I've seen parental rights atrophied, I've encouraged people to keep fighting. I've changed my mind on that. If you love your children, you need to flee California. You need to flee.
But let me just say this, and I think I speak for everyone who's not in California who is sane. Don't move out of California. Don't leave. For whatever you do, do not leave that state. Don't come to Texas. Don't come to Indiana. Don't come to Florida. Don't come to Tennessee, Georgia, Wyoming, Mississippi. Stay there. If you're not going to fight there, don't come here. But I think you ought to fight there. I think what's happening there is worth the fight. Matter of fact, I know it's worth the fight. So this is the state of our country. This is where we are. Guys, this is something that God has told us is going to happen. But we are the ones that need to be more vigilant about this and keep fighting. Push back against companies, push back against school systems and so forth. Fight for what's right. Fight for these children. Amen.